The defensive midfielder. The defensive midfielder is the player you only notice when they stop doing their job. Historically, this role changed forever because of one man, Claude Makelele. He was so vital that Real Madrid collapsed the moment they sold him. The DM stays deep, acting as a human shield for the back four. Their primary goal? To be the firefighter. They read the game 3 passes ahead, cutting off lanes and snuffing out danger before it reaches the box. Later, we saw the evolution with N'Golo Kanté, who added a press and recover style that felt like playing with 12 men. Then there's Sergio Busquets, who proved you don't need to be fast if you're never in the wrong place. The downside? It's a thankless job. You won't get the Ballon d'Or and you won't get the headlines, but without a world-class bodyguard, your defense is a sitting duck. The holding midfielder. People often confuse this with the DM, but the holding midfielder's job isn't just to tackle, it's to govern. Think of Rodri at Man City or Xabi Alonso at Liverpool. While the DM might chase a ball to the flank, the anchor holds the center. They're the reference point for the entire team. If a teammate is under pressure, they know the anchor is standing in space, ready for a safe exit pass. They provide the structural integrity that allows fullbacks to bomb forward and wingers to stay high. The beauty of this role is its simplicity. It's about 5-yard passes, keeping the shape, and refusing to get pulled out of position. It requires elite discipline. If an anchor gets bored and starts chasing goals, the entire team structure cracks open. They are the quiet control that wins league titles. The Deep-Lying Playmaker. This is arguably the most aesthetic role in football. The Deep-Lying Playmaker, or regista, doesn't fight for the ball, they wait for it. Once they have it, they become the architect of the attack. Think of Andrea Pirlo, a player who looked like he was playing in a suit and tie while everyone else was sweating. The power of this role comes from vision. Sitting deep gives them a panoramic view of the pitch. They see the run of a winger before the winger even knows they're going to make it. Toni Kroos is the modern master, using ice-cold precision to switch the point of attack with a single 60-yard diagonal. The weakness? They are glass cannons. They have all the offensive firepower, but very little physical defense. To work, they must be paired with a bodyguard who handles the dirty work. The box-to-box midfielder. If you want to play this role, you need the lungs of a marathon runner and the heart of a lion. The box-to-box midfielder is the only player expected to be world-class in both penalty areas. One moment, they're sliding in to block a shot in their own 6-yard box. 10 seconds later, they're at the other end of the pitch, finishing a cross. Steven Gerrard was the blueprint, a player who could tackle, pass, and score screamers from 30 yards. Patrick Vieira brought the physical dominance, while Frank Lampard mastered the late run into the box to score season after season. The challenge here is the burnout. It's the most physically punishing role in the sport. But when you have a world-class engine, you don't just win the midfield, you overwhelm the opponent through sheer willpower. The Central Midfielder. The Central Midfielder is the jack of all trades. They don't have the luxury of a single specialty because they have to do it all. This is the role of Luka Modric and Paul Scholes. They are the connectors. Their job is to move the ball from the defense to the attackers as smoothly as possible. They possess elite spatial awareness. They know exactly when to slow the game down with a short pass and when to inject pace with a dribble. They are the metronome of the team. While they might not provide the final assist or the goal-saving tackle, they are the ones who make the team flow. The difficulty is that this role is nearly invisible to the untrained eye, but ask any pro and they'll tell you, a team without a connector feels disjointed and clunky. The Attacking Midfielder. This is the role every kid dreams of playing, the number 10. The attacking midfielder exists for one reason: to create magic in the final third. They live in the pockets, that dangerous space between the opponent's midfield and defense. Zinedine Zidane was the king of this, turning a simple touch into a highlight reel moment. They aren't expected to track back 60 yards or win headers. They are paid to have the vision that no one else has. Whether it's Mesut Ozil's perfectly weighted eye of the needle pass or Kevin De Bruyne's whipped crosses that defy physics, the specialist is the one who unlocks a parked bus defense. The downside? If the team loses possession, they can become a passenger. But when they have the ball, they are the most dangerous person on the pitch. The Advanced Playmaker. While the specialist looks for the killer pass, the Advanced Playmaker controls the entire narrative of the attack. Think of Andres Iniesta or David Silva. They don't just pass the ball, they manipulate the defenders. They use la pausa, the ability to stop, wait for the defender to commit, and then release the ball at the perfect microsecond. They thrive in the telephone booth, tight spaces where most players would panic. An advanced playmaker doesn't necessarily need pace. They need a 360-degree mental map of the pitch. They are the brains of the operation. They decide if the team should attack now or keep the ball for another 20 passes. It's a role built on trust. The whole team revolves around their decisions. The Mezzala. Mezzala is an Italian term that translates to half-wing. This is the most tactical role in the modern game. Instead of staying in the center, the Mezzala drifts wide into the half spaces. Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne in a free 8 system are masters of this. Why does this matter? Because it creates a numerical overload. The opposing fullback is suddenly stuck between the winger and the Mezzala, and the central defender doesn't know whether to follow them out or stay home. They are ghosts. They appear in gaps that shouldn't exist. They link the midfield to the wide areas and often arrive late in the box to score. The risk? If they drift too far wide, they leave the center of the pitch completely exposed. It requires perfect synergy with the rest of the midfield. The Wide Midfielder. Finally, we have the role that keeps the system balanced. The wide midfielder is not a winger. A winger stays high and waits for the ball. A wide midfielder, like David Beckham or Park Ji-sung, works the entire flank. They provide the width in attack, delivering crosses with elite precision, but they also act as the secondary fullback. When the opponent attacks, they're the first ones back to help defend. James Milner is the modern example of this. Pure discipline, elite fitness, and zero ego. They do the dirty running that allows the star forwards to stay fresh. They rarely get the Man of the Match award, but without them, the team gets stretched and exploited. They are the selfless heartbeat of the system. If you had to build a midfield of 3 using any of the players we mentioned today, who are you picking? Let me know your God-tier trio in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit subscribe.